Chill or Be Chilled by TotalSkeletonTrash. Chapter 1, in which your cat low-key dunks on you. You stare the little monster down. He stares back, and for a second you can swear his eyes flash dangerously at you. There is a moment where the two of you are frozen, time seemingly suspended as you each get the measure of the other. You have to move with absolute precision, you know. You can't let him land a single attack, or... His eyes widen at the first hint of motion, and he takes off, whipping around the corner into the kitchen. You grimace. Oh, you giant butthole. You sigh, and resignedly pull down the sleeves of your flannel, preparing for war. After all, your pal has no compunctions about drawing blood, not if it means he doesn't need to get into the cat carrier. It takes a good 10 minutes to fish Ghost out from under the kitchen table, and in that time, the normally sweet, if stupid, gray cat has transformed into a hissing, clawing, panicked little mess. I know, bud, I know. You sigh, trying to navigate him into his carrier. He's got all four paws latched to the door, and you're trying your best not to hurt him. Oh God, you're going to be late. You never plan enough time for this, and the vet is so stern about punctuality. Ghost, oh my God, please. You beg. Just get in. He yowls, but at last a foot slips and he's halfway through the door. With one last shove, he's inside his plastic prison, and you quickly swing the door shut before he can turn around and get out. The serenade begins. His pitiful meows fill your ears as you ease him into the passenger seat of your little blue convertible. You tug the canvas roof up quickly, knowing that the elderly cat is already panicked enough without the feeling of the wind in his fur or the noise of rushing air. Then you're off, one slightly bleeding human, one miserable cat, the prospect of an unhappy series of vaccinations and lectures about tartar in your future. As Ghost gets older, it seems like you've been doing this more and more often. Aside from the yearly checkups, there was the bee sting on the nose incident, the time he walked on freshly poured asphalt, the time he'd just stopped eating for 3 days. Well, that time it had turned out he'd figured out how to open the bin you kept his kibble in, and had just been gorging himself while you slept. As a result, you knew the routine pretty well. Check in with the friendly receptionist, go to the left, into the waiting room that was reserved for cats, and then wait to be scolded by the vet. Ghost was poking his paw out of one of the breathing holes, trying to claw at your leg, so it was probably unsurprising that you didn't notice that anything was amiss right away. Hey Cadence, just bringing the little savage in for his shots, you say, finally looking up at her with an apologetic grin. Does she look a little pale? She doesn't say anything, just nods. Odd. You smile at her again and haul your cargo over to the cat side of the waiting room, again, focused on avoiding Ghost's claws. You don't notice what had the reception so out of sorts, until you plop down next to it. Well, him. What makes you look up is actually the panting, loud interspersed with sniffing and a soft whine. Oh God, if there's anything bound to make Ghost panic more, it's a poorly trained dog getting in his space. Looking up from the carrier, you start to say, Hey, sorry, this side is supposed to be for cats only, I think. I hate to make you move, but dogs make my little monster here freak out. You begin to trail off as you make eye contact, skull contact, with the skeleton sitting next to you. He winks. Oh, am I here, little monster? Don't worry, babe. I'll do my best to keep calm. How the fuck does a skeleton smirk? Oh fuck. You stammer. Was that, really bad? Your face is turning beet red. You want to tunnel 5 million miles underground where nobody will ever see you again. I didn't mean monster like monster. It's just a nickname from before we knew that you guys were even real. Oh God. You bury your face in your hands, then peek between your fingers. The skeleton is enjoying himself immensely, you can tell. He's grinning so big that his eye sockets are squeezed half shut. Okay, now that doesn't make much sense, but that's what's happening. Sitting politely on the chair next to him, a large white dog is also regarding you with interest. There's a remarkable amount of intelligence in his eyes, enough that it soon registers with you that the dog has to also be a monster. Oh, double fuck. I really didn't mean anything by it, guys. You mumble into your hands. Relax, kid. The skeleton finally decides that he's done holding you over the coals. His smile grows a little more friendly, and when you still fail to emerge from your thoroughly embarrassed position, he nudges your shoulder with his gently. It's no big, really. Your little pal there looks about twice as smart as some monsters I know. He nods at the carrier, and you quickly curse again, realizing that in his desperate effort to escape, Ghost has actually managed to unlatch the door halfway. As you fix it, he speaks up. Sorry about being in the the cat waiting room, too. I think that the receptionist was a little surprised to see two handsome guys like us walk through the door, so she didn't tell us exactly where to go. You still need us to split? He tilts his skull at you. You clear your throat. Oh geez, no. Thanks so much for being so nice, though. I was only worried that there was a dog that might get up in Ghost's face. You admit with a laugh. The skeleton stares at the cat through the bars for a moment. He's trying to figure out if the cat is just named Ghost or really is a ghost, maybe? Finally, he clears his throat and grins at you again. Well, you won't do that, will you, LD? The skeleton asks the dog, almost reproachfully. The dog lowers his eyes and whines slightly. Yeah, that's what I thought. His skull swivels back towards you. See, my pal here still isn't used to being out of the underground, and he's kinda still figuring a few things out, like, that on the surface, you don't eat random lizards that you find in your friend's backyard, right? He says, the end of the sentence clearly directed at the sheepish dog. We don't know if it'll hurt him or anything, so my friend Alphys used the internet to see what you should do if a dog eats a weird lizard, and it said to take him to a vet. So, here we are. The dog, LD, whines softly again. Talking clearly isn't his forte. You're distracted by something else, though. Did you just say Alphys? Yellow, glasses, about yay tall? You gesture vaguely. The skeleton nods, looking surprised. Yeah, we're pretty tight. You know her? Well, kinda. Her girlfriend, Undyne, just started working at the aquarium downtown with me. Actually, I trained her. I mean, as much as it takes to train someone to give penguins fish. You say with a wide smile. Well, it had taken a little training, actually, but you aren't about to tell this skeleton that you'd lectured Undyne several times about eating the penguin's food, especially since he seemed so worried about the lizard incident. Alphys came by on our lunch break yesterday to see how everything was going. Also, I guess Undyne had forgotten her pasta at home. You chuckle, then something clicks. Oh gosh, I think they actually told me about you. They kept talking about a really nice skeleton who they always hung out with. They went on and on about how awesome you are. You exclaim, excited to be meeting this friend already. The short skeleton glances down at his lap, grinning and blushing bright blue. You notice it matches his parka. Yeah, I've already heard tons about you. Sorry, God, where are my manners? I'm Reeds, and you're Papyrus, right? You've never heard a dog crack up laughing before. Hey everyone, thank you so much for listening. If you liked it, hit the like button to let me know and subscribe to see what I make next. Links in the description lead to the original fic posted on AO3, as well as my Patreon and Ko-fi. If you like my stuff, please consider supporting me. Every little bit helps. Lastly, if you have a request for a recording, whether a one-shot or a series, let me know in the comments. I also do commissions, details of which are on my Patreon. So keep in touch. Bye!